Hello there guys, and welcome back to Football Manager 2023 and my European Journeyman Save. It's episode number 70 today, and you find us here in Slovakia in the second division as the manager of Poprad, having recently completed the task of winning the Slovenian First League there, as you can see on the screen. With Alumni, things are difficult here in Slovakia. If you watched the last episode, then you'll know that we've taken on a newly promoted side to the Slovakian second division. There wasn't a squad here. It's been a very difficult start. I am monitoring a situation which is happening in the first division, though. If we have a quick look at the job security, it's gone. Zelenia themselves were insecure. They currently find themselves in 10th position in the Slovakian first division, which is just outside the relegation zone. The manager was insecure, so I am monitoring that situation to see if it becomes available, and we'll jump ship, I think, from Poprad. Since you were last with us, though, it has, like I said, been a very, very difficult start to the season. Obviously, you were here opening day of the season for the game against Dolny Kubin. We then took on Dubnica, and we were thumped. It was 5-1. 5-1. Ala Ali scored 2. Michaelis Kokas got a hat-trick. Jan Pavlovic got one for us. And it was quite disappointing. We were never in the game. If we have a look at the match stats, we had the one shot on target, which we scored. Some poor ratings throughout the squad. They absolutely battered us, and we obviously thoroughly deserved the 5-1 drubbing that we got. It has been difficult to get going here. A bit better in the next game against Liptovsky Mikulas, and only a 1-0 defeat here. We actually managed more than one shot on target in this game, but again, some poor performances from our boys, and we're just not of the quality to really be troubling anybody in this division, other than the team who were promoted with us, which was Sered. We picked up our first win of the season in this one, despite Sered absolutely battering us. 26 shots to our 8, 10 on target to our 3, but we scored. We're the ones who scored the goal, and Adam Pecha actually picked up the man of the match performance for this game for the amount of shots that he has saved. But Jose Marins Jr. and Adam Kirchner with the goals. I don't think you've seen the Brazilian there who scored the goal, Jose Marins Jr. He's one of the newer signings who I've brought in. Another good performance from the boys this time around. Not too bad. We managed 8 shots on target. We did, however, lose 4-3. We've actually managed to score 3 goals, which is in itself is fantastic. But Mario Moises, Dusan Luptak and Ivan Kovac with the goals for Poroni. Again, it's a foreign name. Sorry, I don't speak Slovakian. Grigori Kadochi and Jan Pavlovic with the goals for Poprad there in this one. And that was followed up by another defeat to Slovan Bratislava under 21s, obviously their B team in this division. Again, not too bad of a performance. We are conceding a lot of XG though. Igor Urasisin and Pedro Moreira with the goals for Slovan Bratislava. Again, we didn't really play very well, especially going forward. We struggled to offer anything going forward. We did pick up another point though against Samarin, 3-3 at home in this one. Again, another game which we probably didn't deserve to get anything out of, but Godochi, Kirchner and Sithol with the goals in this one. Takak, Cross and Kokosis with the goals for Samarin. We rescued this one in the 92nd minute, as you can see there. Some good performances from a couple of players, but all round not really good enough. Like I say, we are so far off the pace in this division. We did, however, back-to-back draws, which was fantastic against Bardiyov. 2-2 in this one. Again, another one which we probably didn't deserve to get anything out of, but Jose Marins Jr. and Arturo Quinones with the 2 goals for us. Milos Kokis and Wojtek Kokis with the goals for Bardiov, that seems to be quite a popular surname here in Slovakia, so I probably should learn how to say it. But another lucky point, really, for us. And then we picked up a win. We made it 3 unbeaten. It was against Comorano, a 2-0 win in this... 2-1. Majinik with a penalty in the 19th minute. And that was after Roman Petrus had put Comorano in front. And then Arturo Quinones with a goal in the 94th minute to secure all 3 points for Poprad. Again, probably didn't deserve it. And there are some poor performances. You may notice throughout all of this, we've stuck with the 4-2-4. It's probably not going to work here at Poprad. I'm probably going to have to go more defensive, which is what I tried to do in the cup game against Michalovci, who are a first division team. They're currently sat in 4th place in the first division. And just look at the shots and the XG in this game. We had 2 shots with 1 on target, which we have scored from. Quinones again with the goal in the 86th minute. But that was our first shot on target in the 86th minute. They had 31 shots with 13 on target. Carlos Kronig in goal for us. He's the newer goalkeeper here at the club with an 8.8 rating. He was absolutely fantastic. But one thing you may notice down there in the stats is just the possession. We actually dominated the ball. We completed more passes. We won more headers. We played really, really well. It was just the quality for Michalovci did show through in the end, and it took, you can see there, it took them to the 51st minute for them to get the goal. So we are out the cup, unfortunately. You can see there the formation that we have gone with, and I will obviously go through this in a bit more detail when we get into the match today. But where that leaves us in the league, it's currently sat in 11th place out of the 16 teams. Now, Serad haven't picked up a point yet. They're sat at the bottom on 0. Zelinia B as well are currently sat on 6 points with just the 1 win. We are on 8 points, so we're 2 points outside of that relegation zone. And the relegation, the bottom 2 do get relegated, so there is no playoff. So we just have to make sure that we're outside those bottom 2 at the end of the season, if we're still here. Obviously, if I can jump up to the first division, then I will be looking to do so. But 8 points from 9 games, it's not too bad. I did have an interview earlier on in the season, and it said that 35 points was about the survival rate. You know, like in the Premier League, they say 40 points is the magic number, don't they? They think 35 in this division. So we're on 8. That makes us a quarter of the way there, just about, which is a bit poor after a third of the season. We need to start picking up some more points. So today we are facing Zelinia B, I believe. They are the heavy favourites. We are indeed. MSK Zelinia B. They're currently sat in the relegation zone. I don't know if they can get relegated. I don't see why not. I know they can't get promoted. In terms of relegation, I'm not sure how it works for B teams. Not really something that I follow. I know that Barcelona and Real Madrid B in Spain, I know they can't get promoted, obviously. But as for relegation, again, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, we are away, though, which is a little bit of a disadvantage. But this is the lineup that we're going to go with. In fact, we'll quickly have a run over the couple of transfers who I've made since you were last here. There's been a couple. You can see we've brought a whole host of players in. But the most recent players in, I'm not quite sure who the last one you saw was. So we'll start at Martin Slovak. He's a free transfer. Central defender, 19 years old. I think you have seen Martin before. He's not very good. He's really not very good. Godocci is a striker. Again, really not very good. But he was another one who's coming free. 3 goals in 8 games. 3 and 6 in the league is not too bad a return, really, considering where we are. Juraj Sebek is another one. He is a left back. He is currently injured, though, unfortunately. He's out for another 2 weeks. But again, just poor quality. Jose Marins Jr. is one of my non-EU players. Now, he is one of the better players at the squad. You can see by his star rating compared to the rest of the squad there. Although, don't go off star ratings because they just don't mean anything. They're just to your squad. But 20-year-old Brazilian can play as, well, he is a striker, but I've actually got him playing on the right-hand side at the minute. I think for what I've decided to go with in terms of the team, I think he's better suited to that role. But he's got some good attributes. Adam Kirchner is a central midfielder, Hungarian. Another one coming for free. He is currently sat in the midfield as a deep line playmaker. Another one who's not great, but then none of the squad are great. And then Carlos Kroening is another Brazilian, 21-year-old. He is the goalkeeper who I've brought in. If we compare him to the other goalkeeper who I brought in earlier in the season, he's just a market improvement. He's okay. It's the best I could bring in. His wage compared to Pekka is a little bit of a worry, though. He's on a lot of money, and as a result, I am actually over the wage budget, and I've put all the transfer budget into that already. So not great there. And this was the other thing that I wanted to show you quickly. This is the squad comparison screen. This is compared to the rest of the league. We're not very good. We're not very good. We are such a lightweight, short squad. If we have a look through all the positions, decisions, first touch, passing, strength, work rate are all poor compared to the rest of the division. In terms of goalkeepers, we'll just quickly take all of these off. The goalkeeper's not too bad. His aerial's a bit poor, but the rest of him's not bad. In terms of the defence, again, we're shocking. Tackling-wise, marking, strength, acceleration. It's at the point where the midfielders are actually better at defending than the defenders are, which tells you everything that you need to know, although that's in terms of the rest of the league. Midfield, again, poor. Attack, not too bad. We can finish, apparently. Highest finishing in the league, but pace, acceleration, very poor. Physically, we're just absolutely nowhere physically. Mentally, determination, flair, not great. Work rate's down as well. And technically, we've got a couple in here which are pretty good. Free kicks, apparently, long throws, and penalties. So I really should have us on play for set pieces, shouldn't I? But we can't cross, we can't run, we can't dribble, we can't pass. It's tough here. It's tough here at Poprad. So what we're going with now, I've changed to a 4-3-3. As you can see here, I've called it backs to the wall. Basically, I've just tried to build a tactic to suit the squad as opposed to trying to get the squad to suit the tactic at the minute. Now, I will go back to the 4-2-4 at some point when I can get the better players in. But it's going to be Kroenig in goal. He's playing as a goalkeeper on defend. Lehan as the right back is playing as a full back on defend. In terms of his attributes, it's probably what he's best at, which is why he's in that position. We've gone for a no-nonsense centre-back on stopper for Lukac. Again, the game recommends that as his best position and role. Attributes-wise, he's okay for that. He's not too bad. Alongside him is Slovak, who is a central defender on defend. Again, attribute-wise, not too bad for that. It's best of a bad bunch. Holly is not the starting left back. We've actually got the left back as a wing back on support, I believe. Yes, it is. It is Sebek who is the starting left back. So we've got Holly as a wing back. We're playing a defensive midfielder on defend. I originally had it as an anchor, which in terms of the attributes, not too bad for defensive midfielders. On defend, again, we're not too bad for that, and that is Matus Rihak, who was initially brought in as a centre-half. Kirchner is the deep line playmaker on support, which we've already gone over. In terms of his key attributes for that position, he's not too bad apart from his position. He doesn't know where he is on the pitch, basically. He's also currently operating at lower leagues level, which is, tells you everything you need to know, and he's considered the third best midfielder in our squad. Somsak as the box-to-box. Now, I don't actually really have a box-to-box midfielder. I would like to move Somsak to a deep line playmaker on defend, although he can't actually tackle. But that is how things, have to be at the minute. Quinones is actually supposed to be up front instead of Ballas. Ballas had a shocker in the last one. Marins Jr., as I've already said, is going to be the winger on attack on the right-hand side. Sithole is a winger on support on the left-hand side. He could also play as an advanced playmaker, but as a winger on support, other than his crossing, not too bad. And then as a deep line forward, it's going to be Quinones. Again, not too bad. Can't pass though. He's got no strength. So there's a lot of improvements to be made to this squad. Anyway, I have talked for far too long. Let's get into this game against Zelenia B. Maybe come away with something, but I can't promise anything, guys. A lot of this season, if we remain at Poprad, is probably just going to be us getting it thumped all the time, which is probably nice for you to see. Probably nice for you to see. I quickly need to do this. I played the cup game last night and I had it on a comprehensive highlight so I could sort of watch what the squad were doing. And oh my God, did the game take a long time to do, especially with the amount of shots that were coming in against us, all 30 odd of them. But early highlight, it's probably not going to go anywhere because I still was on those comprehensive highlight. But Somsak has got the ball on the left-hand side and he's just kicked it straight out of play, which tells you everything you need to know about the quality of this squad. Sitol, left-hand side, he's got his full-back alongside him. He loses the ball twice. Somsak picks it up. Kovacic flying in there, but Somsak striding forward finds Sitol again. Of course, playing as a winger now. Good cross in towards Quinones, and Quinones gets his header in. And we've registered a shot inside the first 10 minutes, which is very, very rare. As now a Varga with the goal kick for Zelenia B. Finds Oja in the middle. Back to Lako. Lako with the ball over the top. We've done well to somehow get that, but Lukac has just given it straight back. Had more time there. Well cut out there by Slovak. Now Kirchner, Rihak, Somsak again. In to Slovak. Looking long for Quinones again. Although I watched, like I say, I watched the last game and that was happening far too often as Igor Torak gives Zelenia the lead in the 16th minute. That was happening far too often. We were just hoofing the ball long to a lone striker who had no chance of winning the ball. So I did adjust instructions and stuff on the fly as we went. I've got them to pass short. I turned off passing to space. I've also got focus play down the wings, hit early crosses and low crosses, although I probably won't work ball into the box on. Maybe, I don't know. Dribble less, I'm trying to get them, there we go, be more disciplined as well. It's basically a very, very defensive formation, as the name suggests, with the backs to the wall. Stankovic with a free kick for Zelenia. Kronig makes a great save there from that free kick, and with just over half an hour on the clock, we are yet to sort of break into the Zelenia half other than the two efforts that we've had. Hopefully that can change in the second half. We seem to perform a lot better in the second half of games for some reason. Slovak wins that header though. Now Rihak picks up the second ball with Somsak, who's surely fouled by Torak there. Referee says no though, and Mihalik plays the ball forward towards Torak again, and Torak is in. Igor Torak with his second goal of the game for Zelenia B to put us 2-0 down just before half time, which is very, very disappointing. Our goalkeeper's having a good game again. We need the goalkeeper to have a good game with the amount of shots that we are conceding against us, and this would put Zelenia ahead of us in the league as well. Kronig finds Slovak into Kirchner. Now Rihak, can we work an opening here? Somsak back to Rihak. Slovak. Somsak. He's got Sitol outside of him if he can find him. Does now find the winger. Back into Quinones. Sitol again. Forward towards Quinones. Inside the... No, we're not quite in the penalty area yet. Quinones loses out but gets the ball back. Sitol with the ball now. Looks to get the cross in. Quinones keeps it alive. We've been given a penalty. Referee's given a penalty. Don't know what for, but we'll take it. Hopefully we can score it. Quinones, as you saw, we were one of the best in the league at taking penalties. So he has scored it. Oh my God! I saw the keeper go the right way, and I thought the keeper was going to save it. Arturo Quinones, though, with his fourth goal of the season, halves the deficit right on the stroke of half time with a good penalty. Just too much on it for the goalkeeper, and we get into half time. 2-1 down, but encouraging. If this was earlier in the season, I think with the 4-2-4 tactic, then we would probably be 3 or 4 down by now. Varga again with the goal kick for Zelenia. Good header by Somsak, wins it there, but Lako gets it now. sorry, Koklakovic with the ball forward. Holly now, Somsak. Feeding Quinones again. Had to cut out though. Lacko looking over the top towards Torok again. He's brought it down well and he's in and he bags his hat-trick. Igor Torok. With his hat-trick for Zelinia B. And that was just poor defending all round. You saw the lack of pace from our defenders there. We can't pass the ball to each other. It's not great, is it? Not great from the Poprad boys. Somsak, though, finds Sithole to Holly. Slovak, now Kirchner. He's tackled by Torok, and now Kiss has the ball. Striding into our half. Comes back to Durica. Again, we stood off him a little bit there, probably a bit too much. Ball over the top, looking for Torok again. Slovak just about manages to get there first. Kroning plays it out to Lihan on the right-hand side to Marins Jr., who's been very, very quiet in this game. Lukac, it's gone long again. Quinones is not going to win that. Seaman wins it. Now Stankovic looking to switch the play out to Durica on the right-hand side. He's going to get there. Gets the ball into the box as well. It's deflected. Kroning's had to claw that out from underneath his own crossbar after the deflection. Now Quinones loses the ball. Stankovic in to Macho. Got all the time in the world. Finds Kiss. Kiss over the top towards Torok. Is this going to be goal number 4 for Torok? Yes, it is. Not good. Not good. I'm struggling with this Poprad squad. This is tough. This is really, really tough. Right, into injury time at the end of the game. We have not offered anything else going forward. We're going to give the ball away again. Quinones is not going to win that header. Looking to get Durica in behind. He's got there ahead of the defender as well. Can he get the ball into the box? He can towards Torok, and he's scored his 5th. Wow. Torok bags 5. So it's Torok 5, Poprad 1. Just no, I'm assuming that's Holly. It is Holly. No pace. Nobody's picking up the marker on the edge of the area. Where's the defensive midfielder? I'm going to struggle to survive with this squad. Kroning's the only one who... Well, Kroning's done well. Rehak's done well. Kirchner's done well. So the goalkeeper and the defensive midfielder, although he's let that go, the Torok goal for that 5th. But Igor Torok, if we just have a quick look at him, it doesn't look anything special, does he? It doesn't look anything special. But he scored 5 against us. And that is another disappointing defeat. And that's dropped us down a position into 12th in the league. There's a couple of teams below us with games in hand as well. We could struggle to get out of there. Their top scorer's got 17. 17 for the top scorer in the league. We've only scored 15. They've only scored 26. He scored 17 of them. Guys, I've talked for far too long in this episode. Sorry if it's slightly longer than normal. A poor start to the season for Poprad. We've picked up 8 points in 10 games, which is not good enough. It's actually proven to be very, very difficult here in Slovakia so far. I'm going to keep monitoring jobs. You might see me earlier than 2/3 of the season, depending on if I take a job somewhere else in Slovakia, if one becomes available. Guys, please remember to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. Your continued support is fantastic, and I appreciate it from all of you. Like I say, I've talked for far too long in this one, so sorry if it's a bit long, but I'll see you all in the next episode. Cheers, guys.